I couldn't ask for a more incredible daughter.
Are you actually trying to parent me right now?
Who would want me to be a part of their life?
First question. You had 3 weeks to rehearse. What did you learn and work on during that process that helped you prepare for when you started shooting? It's open to all.
Anyone? But we learned how to do our job. It's rare that you get that amount of time. A24 was very generous in supporting Darren by giving that to him. It doesn't often happen that way. So we took to a stage with a taped out 1-to-1 mock-up of set that was Charlie's apartment, his humble 2-bedroom apartment in Anywhere, Idaho. And day one, Darren said, we're a theater company now. Is that what he said?
Mm-hmm.
And we took to the stage. We weren't allowed to walk through the tape. We had to use the entrances and exits taped out. We took it seriously. I know I learned to put all my the normal anxieties and fears and expectations I was placing on myself aside, and I learned to just trust who I was working with, so that we would do this together. We would learn our job before we took to the stage, to the actual build, where it would become like a submarine crew, which it kind of was, on top of one another, with a lot of moving parts for a small movie. And I think it probably helped. It probably helped to, because this was a stage play. Sam Hunter took it to Broadway, and it is translated to, adapted for the screen by him also. I think it gave like a smack of authenticity, and not a theatrical quality, but it definitely created an ensemble before you would film it that you can only really get from a stage production first. I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah, I was really grateful for that period of rehearsal, because I got to just relax and take away the buildup of, this is a Darren Aronofsky film, and to relax into these characters, because when you read the play, it is so much. There's so much there to absorb, and you want to do a good job and to live up to what's on the page. So that 3-week period was just so important for me. I also had just had a baby, so I really appreciated the time to get to keep drilling those lines, because there's a lot of dialogue in the movie.
Yeah, I think because we had those 3 weeks, and like we just really got to know not only just the characters, of course, but like each other also. If we would have just gone straight into filming, and you're doing really intense, dark scenes, and you don't even know anybody that you're with, then you wouldn't have been able to just, like, I don't know, let any guard down at all, because you'd be so caught up in just, like, I don't know, the anxieties, the nerves surrounding it. But because we got to like relax into something and block the scenes and try it in like a million different ways, by the time we got to set, it was like, I don't know, we there was room to breathe.
It's kind of like you sort of stopped acting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll speak for myself. Just live it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was so much blocking done during that rehearsal period that once we got on set, the placement of the camera just didn't feel like an interruption.
Right.
And Maddie, our DP, said that he felt like he was being intrusive sometimes, even though I never felt him, but he was afraid of getting in our eye line, because the camera was so close to us and our scenes were
so much of it was
intimate.
almost played right down the snout, the way it was blocked for the intimacy that you felt. And so much more was and I think that shooting that way, you can capture how what's important is what's said in between the lines, which Hong is very, very good at, I have to tell her. She can say so much in the pauses and silences. It's a skill.
Wonderful. And then last question for me, what do you hope that audiences take away from this film?
Well,
Just
I
going-
think it's just a reminder that there's a ticking clock for all of us, and that we should do the best we can to make sure that the people we love know that we love them, and that we take care of ourselves so that we're able to be here and spend time with the people that we love.
I think it's the line that Charlie says, just that, do you ever get the feeling that people are incapable of not caring? People are amazing. I think that's the film, or at least for me, that's the biggest thing that I took away. And I think it's definitely, it's hard to always believe that statement is true, but I don't know, to see, someone like Charlie believe it with every fiber of his being. It's so inspiring. And that's the part that gets me every time I watch it.
I take away that with hope, we can change the way that we have preconceived notions about how we speak of, think of those who live with obesity. There's the last accepted casual prejudice that exists in our culture, the way we speak, all of it, that abides a form of prejudice that comes when we just describe or refer to people who live with obesity. And I think we can do better than that without wagging your finger at anyone, because this is a movie that's going to challenge the preconceived beliefs that you carry with you when you see the film and by story's end. I think it can change some hearts and minds. That's my hope. That's my hope.
Gorgeous. All right, that's it.
Why do you suddenly need to see her so bad? Why now?
Liz,